Hello there, this is Llama Studios, and today I'm going to be showcasing my latest add-on for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. It's called Creative Cooking, and adds a whole lot of new cooking and food features to Minecraft. Let's start with the new crops. So we've got lettuce, tomatoes, and soybeans. These all work similar to normal crops, just like the vanilla ones. And then also rice, which works a little differently. Rice needs to be planted in water. So if we get some water, then you can plant the rice like that. And I have the random tick speed turned up so that things will grow faster. If you're actually playing with this, it will be a little bit slower than right here. Now lettuce works basically the same as any vanilla crop if I just get some bone meal. I can grow it up. Then if I go into survival mode and break that, whoops, that one might not have been fully grown. There we go. If we break that, get the lettuce, and then you can just plant it again. That's fairly basic. Tomatoes are a little bit different. They grow these plants, and then they'll eventually, once these are fully grown, which I think this is the final stage for this part, then it'll start forming these flowers, which will then grow into green tomatoes, and then red tomatoes, which you can harvest. Lastly, these are soybeans. So these ones, believe it or not, are actually ready right now. So if I harvest them right now, I will get a soybean, and I can plant it again. Actually, maybe that one wasn't ready, but let's see, this one's probably ready. See, that one gave me 3. I can plant those. But if we wait a little longer, these ones will eventually dry out in the sun. So the normal soybeans don't, like this item doesn't actually do a whole lot. It's mainly only for replanting, or you can also dry it out by putting it in a campfire or furnace. But when these dry out in the sun, which we should see in a moment, then you can replant them. Then you can't replant them because they're too dry, but they're useful for making other things, which I'll show later. So you want to maintain a good population of both the normal ones, which are these ones, as well as the dried ones, so that you can replant them. Now rice works a little bit like tomatoes. You start with this stage, which just has this, and then they'll grow this top part, which you can harvest right away, and you have a small chance of getting stuff. You were very unlucky that time. Or you can wait until the top part is fully grown, and that will give you a lot more rice. So just by looking through the crafting table, you can see that there's already a bunch of new stuff. So one of the first ones is salad. This is pretty simple. You just take a bowl and some lettuce and a bunch of other ingredients, such as a tomato, and that gives you the salad, so we can just craft that. Now you can make all sorts of different combinations. So you can do like tomato and carrot salad. You can do carrot and beetroot salad. This is why I called this mod Creative Cooking, because you can do pretty much any combination you want. And as you can see here, you can also do this with juices. So, for example, if I get myself some sweet berries and maybe an apple, I can make sweet berry juice, apple juice, or sweet berry and apple juice. And I can do all these different combinations. So let's make some apple sweet berry juice. And those aren't the only two. You can also craft a cooking pot, which is crafted like this. Let me just give myself one. And this actually has to be placed on top of a campfire or furnace. So if I take this, and I don't know if you can hear, but I'm clicking right now, and it doesn't do anything. So what you have to do is take a campfire and then sneak and click in order to put it on top. Now if you right click or tap on that, it works similarly to a crafting table, but it has special cooking pot recipes. So you can see we can make, for example, rice. We can get raw rice by combining rice and bowls. And then if we put this actually on the campfire, it will cook. Another thing you can do is, see, are any of the tomatoes ready? Yep. And you can see these are what the dried soybeans look like. So these you can't plant. And this is what the fully grown stage of rice looks like. You can harvest that. Now for the tomatoes, we can take a bowl and combine it with a tomato to get a bowl with the tomato. And we can also get a meat chunk, and that can be made into a bowl with a meat chunk. And these can be cooked on the campfire, or any recipe that I show in here that's on the campfire, you can also do in a furnace, smoker, or soul campfire. And now our rice is ready, and you can see that we can make a whole bunch of different items out of the rice. Another workstation in this, besides the cooking pot, is the meat slicer, which is crafted like this. And the way this works is you can take any cooked meat, and then if you just tap or right-click on it, you will get sliced meat. Or you can also get the meat chunks, which I showed earlier. Let me see if I can get that one. Yep, there we go. Now we got some meat chunks. So we now have the meat broth and the tomato broth, which we just got by putting the bowl of meat chunks and bowl of tomatoes on the campfire. And now you can make tomato soup or meat soup. And like the other ones, these come with a whole bunch of different possibilities. Now the final thing that you make in the cooking pot is pasta. So for that, we're going to first need some dough. So if you take either rice like that, or you can also do this with flour. Or not flour, wheat. You can turn that into flour. So if we just take some of this, and then you need to tap or right-click on water to turn the flour into dough. And then you can turn then dough has a few uses. One of the most basic ones is you can just put it on the campfire and it will turn into bread. I've removed the normal bread recipe, like if you search bread, you can't make it the way you normally would with just 3 wheat. You have to do it this way now. It can also be turned into pasta, which is an item used to make the actual like pasta bowls in the cooking pot. And these work like the other ones. There's a whole bunch of different variants. And there's also cheese. So if I get a milk bucket, I can put that in the pot and make cheese. And then that's an ingredient in some of these, like you can make pasta with cheese and meat chunks. Like that. Oh, my bread is ready. Now, another thing that you might actually want to do with the bread is make sandwiches. So right now we can make a sandwich with sliced meat and cheese, but as you're probably expecting, you can actually do that with a whole bunch of different things. So you could do it with, say, lettuce or tomatoes, or I think that's it, but you can see that there's all these different possibilities. You can make a tomato sandwich, a cheese sandwich, a cheese and lettuce sandwich. So you can really get creative. You can open up your own restaurants. You could start your own like grocery store. Now dough can also be used to make pie crust. So if I just give myself some sugar, we can combine those and make pie crust. And then if I get some, say, sweet berries, you can make that into pie. But like all the other things, there are a bunch of different types of pie. You can use apples, glowberries, and these are just another food item that you can eat. Now, the final type of food item is cookies. So to make these, let's get some cocoa beans. Now you may have seen the video I posted earlier this week on my channel about making chocolate. That's actually part of this mod. So we can now turn these cocoa pods into cocoa beans. So now when you break a cocoa pod, instead of getting cocoa beans right away, you'll get these cocoa pod items. Now these have to be then cooked on a campfire. Now in the meantime, I'm going to show you some of the things you can do with soy. Oh, and by the way, you also get sticks by breaking the dried soy plants. Now with soy, we can combine them in the cooking pot with water, and that will make a bucket of soy water. Now this, you can just cook, and that will turn to milk, so it's like soy milk. I was too lazy to add an actual new soy milk item, so it just gives you the same one that you get from cows. And that's actually going to be useful because we actually need milk in order to make chocolate. So if we just wait for that to cook, there we go. We can now, whoops, that's in the pot. We can then, no, it's not in the pot, it's in the crafting table. We can make the bucket of chocolate mixture, and then cook that again. Now the other thing you can do with soy, besides make milk, is if you just grab some more water, you can make the soy water again, and then, I don't have enough soybeans to do this at the moment, I'll grab some more. If I grab some more, we can then make the tofu mixture, which you can then cook. Oh, now the chocolate is ready. And like I showed in the video from earlier this week, you can just right-click or tap in water, and that will make chocolate. And this is used in making cookies. So we can, for example, combine dough and chocolate, and that makes cookie dough. But that's not the only thing you can make. That's not the only kind of cookies. You can also do that with sweet berries, so you can make berry cookies. Now there's also chocolate dough you can make by combining melted chocolate with dough, and this can be used to make chocolate cookies, which I don't have any chocolate left, but so I can't show that, but that is something you can do. And you can just, so you put these in a campfire or a furnace. Anything that I say you can do with a campfire, you can also do with a furnace or a smoker, I think. And so this, the tofu mixture gave us cooked tofu mixture, which we can then put in here. Get raw tofu, which you can then cook again. And the cookies should be almost ready by now. There we go. So we just have, this is just a normal cookie, and we also have a berry cookie. Now in this add-on, I actually made many of the vanilla foods a lot worse. Well, not a lot worse, but a little bit worse, because I felt like the hunger system needed room for more food. But cookies are actually one thing that I made a little bit better, because in vanilla Minecraft, cookies are quite useless, so I made them better. And now our tofu is ready, and this can actually be used as a substitute for meat. You can put it in the meat slicer and get things from it. And that's about it for this add-on for now. I might add some more later, but if you want to play with it, there should be a link in the description for you to download it and play with it in your Minecraft worlds. And until next time, just make sure to subscribe. I have a lot of plans for more add-ons I'd like to make this summer, so I hope you're looking forward to that. Goodbye.